Hey y'all, and welcome to Monter's Market, and welcome to my Bloom with Grace challenge. My co-host this month is Sarah with Sunflowers and DIYing, and guess what she chose to be our theme? You guessed it, sunflowers. I love sunflowers, so I was tickled to death whenever she chose that. Now this tray is really big, and it was a gift from, I want to say, Christmas a couple of years ago. And I just took some cashew paint. It came from the Dollar General, and I think the price tag said $5. So I took some cashew by Waverly and gave it a really good coat of paint. It actually only took one coat because this gave the most amazing coverage, and I really thought I would have to do more considering the black writing was so prominent, but it didn't. Now this I printed off of Google. I just did Google free images or free Google images, free sunflower images, something like that. This is water slide. I'm sure you have seen plenty of water slides being used. When I started my channel a year and a half ago and did water slide, literally nobody was doing it. So I'm really glad to see so many other people doing it. Not that I'm the reason they're doing it, but I'm just glad that it kind of got out there and everybody started doing it. So whenever I put this on, I thought we wouldn't be able to see the background. But I didn't realize that I printed it on a white color slide instead of a clear color slide. And what the difference is, that white background that you see on my little picture shows up. See what I'm saying right there? If it was clear, you would have never seen the rest of that. So I had to rethink my whole tray at this point. And I thought, well, you know what? We're just going to go with it. So I took a couple of other paints and sort of distressed it down. And I took the same paint that I used originally and just sort of dulled out the edges to that water slide. And then I took some Elephant by Waverly and sort of distressed it down. Now I didn't want to distress it at all, but whenever I discovered that I had white water slide, it kind of left me no option to do that. Oh, and I did take this maize and brightened it up a little bit in certain spots because, you know, you had that sunflower in there and there's actually a bee, as you see. And I thought if I put 2 or 3 colors in there that it would brighten it up. And then I also painted over those wooden handles with that maize. And I thought it turned out really cute like that. So I just painted the handles and sort of distressed it down a little bit. And then I got some Elephant chalk paint by Waverly and went in and just sort of distressed it all over to try to camouflage and cover up that water slide. And it worked okay. I mean, I would have been much happier if it was a clear water slide and I didn't have to try to do that, but I'm not mad about it because it turned out okay in the end, and it looked pretty well, you know, farmhousey. If you distress something down, throw a coat of paint on it, distress it, call it farmhouse, right? But anyway, that is all I did to this little tray, and it was done. And I thought, you know, even though it didn't turn out exactly like I wanted it to, it wasn't too bad in the end. And it made a nice little serving tray to set on my coffee table. On my kitchen table, and just put like our condiments and stuff. My table has a built-in Lazy Susan, and that sits perfect on the middle of that Lazy Susan. And we can put whatever we need to share between us when we're eating in this little tray and just spin it. It's kind of cool. Anyway, let's get on into DIY number 2. For DIY number 2, I'm going to make this cute wreath. Now this wreath, everything here came from the Dollar Tree. I got the wreath from the Dollar Tree. I got these sunflowers from the Dollar Tree. And I got these eucalyptus branches from, you know what, I'm rethinking that now. I might have got that from Walmart, actually. The actual eucalyptus branches. I'm not sure, but even if I did get it from Walmart, it was no more than $1.99 or $1.98, however that is. So I just took this greenery, and you don't have to glue anything with this. You don't have to like tie anything down. It sticks into this rattan or wooden wreath, whatever you want to call it, perfectly without like 10 tons of glue. So I just cut down the greenery, stuck it all in there, and sort of played around with it till I got it like I wanted it. And then I put a little hanger on it, and it was ready to go. It could not have been any quicker or any easier, and it turned out so stinking cute. And those sunflowers, to be from the Dollar General, in my opinion, were really super pretty. I want to say it had a Walmart tag on it. You know, sometimes you can tell if it came from Walmart or not. I want to say it came from Walmart. But anyway, so I'm taking some zip ties and I'm tying all of it together, and I'm going to just zip tie it straight to this wreath. And I love the way it turned out. Now you'll see when it goes on, it looks one way, and when I'm finished with it, it looks another way. But either way, I want to say they like folded inward, see what I'm saying? But the only reason it did that is because I didn't have anywhere to hang it at the time. And when I set it down on top of the counter, it just sort of one of the sunflowers folded in. But once I got it hung, it popped back out into place where it was supposed to be. I hope that even makes sense. I feel like I'm rambling now. But anyway, that is my little cute DIY number 2 with those gorgeous sunflowers. Now let's get into DIY number 3. Now DIY number 3 and number 4, I don't know why I even actually like marked them as 3 and 4, because they could have been both 3. So they're going to be these beaded garlands. But I'm making 2 small beaded garlands for a tier tray that I have in my kitchen. And I'm going to use, now back when I did this, I was still using those chenille, what are they called? Oh my goodness, you see what I'm putting the things on. I have actually changed that now to using the skewers from the Dollar Tree, and it works so much better. So that's maize, cashew, and elephant, same colors that I used in my first DIY to keep this theme all the same colors. And I really kind of liked using those stems, but you get so much better, you get a better handle on painting your beads if you use those skewers. But these projects right here are from, oh my goodness, probably a good year ago. Now, if you are new to my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Brenda, but my grandbabies call me Monner. And this is the first video that I've done in a month because we've had a lot going on within my family, and my husband had a heart attack. We've had a couple of unexpected deaths, just different things going on. And I just have not had time to sit and craft. I will be crafting for next Saturday's video, though, for the first time in quite a while, so you don't want to miss that. Anyway, I painted several of those beads with those 3 colors, and I just went and did every other, like elephant, maize, cashew, or vice versa, however I put it in there, elephant, cashew, maize, and just strung them along. Once I got them on there, they're not very long, they're only about a foot long, maybe a tiny bit longer than a foot long. I took some twine from the Dollar Tree and made my little hanger at the top. And then I found this cute yarn. I love the yarn at the Dollar Tree. You can do so many things with that yarn, but they make the cutest little tassels. So I just rolled them around my fingers like 10 or 11 times, tied a string through the middle, tied a knot on it, brought it down, and what you want to do is take another little piece of string and tie it about probably a quarter of the way down and make the little head for the tassel. Now, I'm not in my frame very well when I show this, so I apologize. I have gotten much better at filming since this. But anyway, so that's me making the little head. And then you just want to take your scissors and give it a little haircut and trim it up and make it even. Then your tassel is done, and all you have to do is tie it to the bottom of your beaded garland, and you are done. I guess I'm going to show you again. I don't think I must not have got it straight the first time. So now I'm going to go back in and really get it straight. So what I was saying a minute ago, if you've never been to my channel before, welcome. I'm so stinking excited to have you. If you are here from the playlist, I hope you would consider subscribing and sticking around and seeing what I have coming up. Like I said, I haven't put a video out in quite a while, but I will be back on track starting today. So like I said at the beginning of DIY number 3, I don't know why I put them as 2 separate ones. Who knows? Because I'm literally not thinking straight yet. But anyway, this is one of the little beaded garlands. Now I did, on the cashew colored ones, use a little bit smaller bead and gave it that look. And I think it's so cute. But then for DIY number 4, all I did was use the elephant and the yellow. And if you look at the little, what is it called? It's a little flower, but the twine flower, I got that from BB Crafts. That's one of the things that BB Crafts sent me when I became an ambassador with them. And those are the cutest little flowers. And they're not hard to make if you make them yourself, but if I can get it and not have to make it, then why not, right? So anyway, I'm just throwing together another little tassel for the other end of this, and I'm going to put a tassel on one end and that cute little twine flower on the other end and call that one a day. This one is really, really short. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's only 12 beads on that one, so it's really small, but it's for like miniatures on a tier tray, if that makes any sense. So it works perfect. It works perfect. So now for my 5th and final DIY, after I show you this, I'm getting too far ahead of myself. Let me slow down. See, there's that flower. Isn't that cute? Just made out of twine. It looks so easy to make. I think I'm going to try to make some next weekend. Now, for DIY number 5, this is just a little tray that you can get from the Dollar Tree. Super cute. $1.25 now. And I took the same cashew paint, painted it really good all over. It only took one coat, and this is the most beautiful print in my opinion. I thought it was so stinking cute. So again, I printed it out on my water slide, and this time I made it almost big enough to cover the whole entire bottom, and it worked out a whole lot better than it would have if some of the white was showing. Does that even make sense? I truly feel like I'm just rambling tonight. Anyway, you want to stick it down in the water. Now, if you have never used water slide, let me slow down a little bit. What you want to do with the water slide is you want to print it, let it completely dry if you're using an inkjet printer, completely dry. And then you want to take some clear coat spray that you saw earlier in the video and give it 3 really good coats, but make sure that you give it a coat. You let it completely dry. You give it a second coat, and again, let it completely dry. Then you do your third coat, let it dry. Then you stick it down in your water, and you're ready to go. But you do have to seal it. So now here, I did the same thing. I went in with the Waverly Elephant and Maize and what was the other one? Cashew. And just distress this down so that it would match my little metal tray that I had. And I think it turned out too cute for $1.25. So I'm going to hush my yapping and let you just see what everything looks like all pulled together. There is a playlist listed below, so be sure you go to that playlist and watch what everybody has for you today. Make sure you go over to Sarah's channel, Sarah with Sunflowers and DIY, and show her some love. She is the sweetest little thing you have ever met in your life, and she's very talented. So thank you for coming to my Bloom with Grace. Thank you to my regular people who have been here with me for a while for coming back. I think it's probably going to take some of you a little bit to realize, hey, she's making videos again. And not next week, because next week is a super special week. I'm going to have 2 videos that come out back to back together next week. And there's a special reason for that. So I'll let you know Saturday with the first video exactly what I'm talking about. So definitely come back next Saturday for my 2 videos that day. Either way, thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Go over to Sarah's channel and watch her video and click on that playlist and watch what everybody else has created. But definitely show me some love. Give me some thumbs up. Subscribe, like, all that good stuff that helps my